Oh, shit. No.
Yo, tune in, we're here to spit, talking football, we don't quit. From kickoff to the final play, crack and bruise, we're here all day. Three cats with a passion for the game, giving you the scoop, not just the fame. Every episode, new beer to explore, while we break down the score. So lean in, we're your weekly guide to the field where legends reside. We're the cold one, we'll ride on this football journey side by side. It's about football, but barely weekly. Cheers, we're clearly gonna talk those game day hits. With a beer in hand, that's it. From the snap to the end zone dance, we cover it all. Give you that chance to laugh, learn, and sip with class. Discussing tactics, not just the grass. Draft picks, trades, and all the stats. We're here to chat, to break through the facts. Each brew we taste, we'll share our view on plays, players, and what's true. So sit back, enjoy the ride. We'll keep it real, no need to hide. With football talk and beer in sight, we're here to make your night. It's about football, but barely weekly. Cheers, we're clearly gonna talk those game day hits. With a beer in hand, that's it. We'll dissect each quarter's tale with a cold one without fail. So join us, let's have some fun. Football and beer, second to none.
Hello and welcome back to the Beerly Football Podcast. Tonight, we're going to talk all things quarterbacks, including, well, mainly their rankings. Our final rankings of the past season, the 2024-2025 season. I am joined, as always, by my two beautiful, rowdy co-hosts, just chugging beer and dancing. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's a good one.
That's Beerly, boys.
That's a good one. All right. But let me introduce my co-hosts. We have just to my right, we have Beerly Carey. He is better known as the man with no spine. He threw his back out this week, apparently. Yeah. And then we have Peg Boy Trevor Scott down below.
That's
I did not throw my back out this week.
Did you?
No, I did not. My back's
you did not. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. So how are we doing tonight, guys? It's off season. 2 weeks ago, we had our most recent episode. Now we're back to talk about final quarterback rankings. You know, some might say a couple weeks late because season is already gearing up. We have the draft coming up in a few weeks.
Better late than never.
Better late than never, though, because we never did a final QB rankings episode. And we'll do a preseason QB rankings episode prior to the coming season. But before we get into any of that, Trevor, I want to hear how you're feeling, how you're doing, and what beer are you drinking tonight?
How am I feeling? Me and Carrie were waiting on you tonight. We didn't have to wait long, but we waited a little bit. Hopped on FaceTime, started drinking a little early. So the vibes, we're already at like 12-minute vibes of the episode.
It's true.
Like, we're like 2-3 minutes in, but me and Carrie are already like 12-13 minutes in. I'm feeling a little Zach Stradamus just because I'm living in the future a little bit.
Wow.
I'm doing well, and let me tell you about this beer I'm drinking. It's a mango lager. It tastes like a mango cart, but not as sweet. Carrie, I think you love this. It's not as sweet as a mango cart, and it's from Caddy's, which is a restaurant out in St. Pete, I think Madeira-ish beach. And I've been to the restaurant plenty of times. I didn't know they had their own beer. Saw it in the gas station today, and it's pretty good. It's almost gone. It's pretty good.
That's a good start.
It's got me burping. It's got my throat feeling bubbly. So
How are you doing, Carrie? What are you drinking?
I'm doing lovely. You know, Chick-fil-A for dinner, then got the lovely news that the Patriots actually got a wide receiver that can play football, which is good, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So, you know, also, quarterback rankings are probably my favorite episode we do. I love doing these. My favorite. So I started the pregame it out with a Florida Man double IPA, which I've had before. These are terrible, but very strong. They're 9%.
I like the Florida Man.
I am a Florida man. So let me chug this real quick, and then I'll announce my second beer.
Is that from Cigar City? I'm pretty sure that. Yeah, that's an Ebor. So shout out
Solid 9%. So already starting to feel that. And then my main beer for tonight, surprisingly, I don't think I've ever had this on the podcast. I didn't have it at my beer wall. A Guinness, feeling Irish. We just had
Guinness, yes.
Carrie's going heavy tonight.
Going heavy.
Carrie, you think I could guess your Chick-fil-A order?
Let's hear it. I switched it up tonight. Usually I'm different, but what's your guess?
You got to think something other than what he would normally order. Okay. I like the head on that pour, Carrie.
Solid,
I like the head on that pour.
Straight out of Ireland.
Carrie, you had a spicy sandwich with a medium fry and a lemonade.
Normally, that's usually my normal order, Trevor. So you'd have been great. But tonight, I decided to switch it up. I got chicken tenders, and I went with instead of Chick-fil-A sauce, I got the buffalo sauce, and I got fries, and then I went with a milkshake tonight. I was feeling sweet, or not sweet, sugary.
I mean, I feel like that would.
It's sweet too. I mean, sweet was all right.
But
he's like, I wasn't feeling sweet. I was feeling sugary.
I'm impressed you got that completely right, though. Usually, Trevor, that's my usual order.
I thought your usual order would have been like 12 nuggets, so I thought switching it up was the spicy.
No, usually a sandwich. I do have one question for you guys. I've heard a lot of stuff talked about Polynesian sauce at Chick-fil-A. I've never tried it. Is it worth the hype? Have you guys tried it?
It's fine.
It's
not
sweet.
better. It's not better than Chick-fil-A sauce.
Is it worth trying?
My favorite sauce there is
I think it's worth trying. I think it's worth trying.
I think the best sauce there is the honey roasted barbecue that comes in the little packets.
That's crazy.
It's kind of like the Chick-fil-A sauce. It's pretty good.
Interesting.
But Polynesian is good. It's just sweet.
All right.
You like sweet meat?
I do.
Who doesn't?
I used to not, but now I do.
By the way, shout out to the company that did my wedding, because that was really good food.
It was good.
It was good. Very good.
Zach, how are you doing? What are you drinking tonight?
Zach, how are you doing tonight? What are you drinking tonight?
I'm so glad you asked, Carrie, unprompted like that. You know.
Yeah, I was getting anxious waiting for it.
You know, I'm quickly approaching an ATL, which is an all-time low. It's not Atlanta.
Okay.
With my golf game, but it's so good to know that my friends care enough about me to ask how I'm doing. I'm doing. I'm fighting some stuff, some demons right now, but we're okay. We're fine.
Zach, what's wrong with the golf game, man?
Everything's wrong, man.
Everything's wrong.
Everything's wrong.
You feeling like Justin Thomas on 16 at Valspar?
Probably. I don't know what happened.
He hit some guy in the back.
Yeah, I would probably have hit multiple people in the head. So
bogeyed 16, 18, and lost. But
that's tough.
Oh, can I get an update on the monthly match? Has it happened yet?
This monthly match has not happened yet. We're trying to find a day that works for both of us, and it's tough.
All right, sounds good.
Right now, it's tough. But speaking of the monthly match in my YouTube channel, so number one, Trevor, do you like fun golf polos?
Fun golf polos? Yeah,
yes.
Of course. Yeah.
Carrie, do you like fun golf polos?
I do. I wear a different polo every day.
Okay, that's good to hear, guys. Because I don't know if you can see this fun golf polo that I'm wearing.
I can. It's pink.
It's pink. It's blue. It's got splatter marks on it. It's really fun. It's from a company called Yatta Golf. They also make this hat. I got a shipment in from Yatta Golf. You can click the link down in the description below if you want a discount on your order. I believe it's 10%. So they make fun golf polos. Got a little care package from them today. We're going to switch hats real quick.
I like that hat.
It's a
Yeah,
good
this
hat.
one's
I
nice.
like it.
I like that too. Yeah.
Pretty good hat.
Because it's a quarterback episode. I'm feeling prickly. We're gonna go with the cactus hat today.
Okay.
Okay.
I like it.
I like it.
But I got a couple cool polos, and because I care about you guys so much, I want you guys to click that link down in the description. You two specifically.
Me.
I want you to pick a shirt, and then send me your shirt size, and I'll send you one in the mail.
Ooh, I like it.
That's
I
right.
like it.
But they're pretty sick. So I just got a package in today with all of them. Not this one. I do like that one. This one I'm pumped about. So you guys, as alcohol beverage enjoyers,
Yes.
which we all are,
We all are.
I'm sure Trevor knows about the Waste Management Open.
I do.
It's kind of famous for drunk shenanigans.
Getting rowdy. Yes.
Getting rowdy. So check out that polo.
That's
I like
pretty
the
awesome. That's
cactuses.
from the
It's
same company?
it's waste management themed polo. So I'm pretty pumped about it.
Those are awesome.
That's sick. But yeah, so check out that link in the description. Get yours today. These two guys are gonna get some real soon, if you know what I mean. And I'm not talking about the polos.
Oh.
But Carrie, go ahead and talk about your wide receiver that the Patriots just picked up.
Stephon Diggs. Yes, that was a lot of money. What was it? I think it was 3 years, $69 million, 26 guaranteed. That's a lot of money, but they have a lot of cap, and they need a lot of help. You know what? I love it. They actually finally did something. They addressed the offense. He's not the player he used to be, but even if he could be serviceable, he's the best wide receiver they've had since they've had Edelman. Edelman's not even like great wide receiver. Since Moss, even, he might be the best.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a good Patriots wide receiver.
There isn't any. That's why Brady left. They never got him help.
Gronkowski was a pretty good receiver.
They always have decent tight ends, but Diggs, I love it. They haven't done anything all offseason. I still like them to add one more receiver, and they definitely need help in the O-line.
Are they going to draft a receiver, you think?
Not in the first, but I could see them in the second or third.
What do you think they're going first round?
Carter.
Abdul Carter, their defense would be nasty with Abdul Carter. I've seen a lot of Will Campbell, but I know a lot of people are scared of him playing left tackle. They desperately need a left tackle, though. Their line is a little better than last year, but
I am so sorry, boys. I forgot to say what I was drinking tonight.
darn.
We
Wow.
saw you drinking. It's the
You
drink.
saw me drinking, but I'm having a only is Wisconsin New Glarus Brewing Company.
What a
Look at
state.
State of Wisconsin, right there.
Shout out to Gene.
It's a
Shout out-
spotted cow ale. Look
I
at
think
that.
I've heard that before. I might have had that before. Oh,
It's,
spotted cow.
That sounds
You know,
good.
I had that at my cousin's wedding, like
Is that the one you kissed your cousin?
years ago. It was good.
Is that the one you kissed your
Not bad.
cousin?
No, this was no. No. Not that.
This was a different time, different cousin.
Different cousin.
Wait,
yeah.
was it the same cousin?
No.
That was a reliable answer.
Short answer.
I was about to say it was a different time, different cousin, but I was like, wait, it might have
No.
been the same one. So I just wanted to double check. That's what I'm
Yeah.
having. But all righty. So we got to talk about the Russ news as well, don't we?
Yeah, that pretty much. I think it's kind of becoming common knowledge that Cam Ward's going to be a Tennessee Titan, or that's at least the way it's starting to look.
So
And-
whatever they said today was just weird. I said that
Yeah. Odd.
they said they're falling in love with Cam Ward or something like that, but they're open to hear a trade for the first pick. How does that make sense?
The way they phrased it was.
Well,
kind
I
of-
mean, I feel like at any price, like there's a price for everything. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like if you give us a first, a second, and a star player, maybe you can get Cam Ward.
We should have an episode or a segment where we ask each other what would be the lowest price we would take for different things.
I play this game all the time.
But you got to be.
Most of the time, it does involve like never mind. We don't have to go into that.
Oh, okay.
No, so yeah, I get what you're saying. I think we all.
You're picking up what I'm putting down.
Cam Moore needs more help though if he does go there.
Yeah, it's a great.
I love this. I think that was after our last episode, but the Zeitler signing was great. So their line should be better. But besides Calvin Ridley, there's not much talent to help.
And Calvin Ridley is not that great either.
He's a very good wide receiver too.
He'd be a good wide receiver too.
He's not a good wide receiver one.
No.
But I just want, is Russell Wilson at this point in his career that much better than Jameis Winston? And Jameis Winston is getting $4 million a year versus $21 million a year for Russ.
They're paying him $21 million a year.
1 year, $21 million, 10 guaranteed for Russ.
That's crazy.
Well, Jameis got 2 years, $8 million.
That's crazy.
Jameis.
I didn't see the money on that. I just saw that he got signed. Wow.
Jameis could have got some more. Where did Jameis go?
Giants.
The Giants.
Oh, okay.
That's why. Do you guys think they're out on Shador then? That Shador's going to go too, and that they're like, we're screwed. Let's just get Russ instead.
Yeah, I think they got.
Or they're getting Russ as a decent bridge quarterback. Because I mean, the concerns about Shador are that he's not going to be NFL ready right off the bat.
But wouldn't have Winston been a fine bridge?
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know.
And they're not going to carry 3 quarterbacks.
No, they're not.
He's going to Cleveland, and I think they're going to start him right away. Wait, who else does Cleveland have? Kenny Pickett?
Who's Flack? It sounds like Flacco might go to Cleveland, so he could potentially Flacco and Wentz are still available.
I don't want to talk about.
I don't know why the Browns really like Wentz for some reason, but
yeah, that's ridiculous, dude. That makes me feel like I'm.
Bro,
still
he had an MVP caliber season. Okay,
I don't know about that.
He did.
One last quarterback thing. Obviously, it sounds like Rodgers will go to Steelers, but J.J. McCarthy, he said today that the Vikings haven't told him he'll be their starting quarterback. Do you think he'll definitely be their week 1 starter, or do you think like they could get Joe Flacco or somebody else that will start until he's ready?
I mean, you know what? Because they didn't re-sign Sam Darnold, I hope he's their week 1 starter.
Aaron Rodgers?
No.
McCarthy.
But why not Aaron Rodgers there? Because he's going to the Steelers?
I think that's almost a done deal.
It sounds like because Pat McAfee's having a show in Pittsburgh on April 9th, people think he's just going to show up there and announce that he's signing with them on April 9th. Which just seems like something he would do.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Quarterbacks. Rankings. Tale as old as time, the Beerla boys ranking quarterbacks and screaming at each other because we disagree. Especially when we get into the top 10.
So I took this as the quarterbacks were ranking them of last season.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes. Okay.
It's not my rankings that I keep on me, right? This is just last season.
Yes. I would say it includes previous years too.
Yeah.
That's not what I had.
Okay, you did your list, and we'll just go off it.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, I have a game though that we should do with this, which we've never done before. If you guys
drink, because I ran out.
You will need another drink for this.
Okay.
So what do we think about? So, Dak, you did all 32, right?
Yes.
So we'll go 4 at a time. Each 3 of us will give 4, and then after we do our 4, the 3 of us will vote on who had the worst list of those 4, and whoever is the worst list has to take a 3-second poll.
Wait, are we going to go just like quickly 4 at a time?
Or whatever. You can explain yours, whatever you want.
Oh, God.
So like you say 20, 31, 32, 31, 30, 29, and then we all vote at the end who are the worst. And then you can't vote for yourself, but whoever's the worst has to take a poll. Or do you want to just keep the normal one?
I'm okay with doing whatever you guys want to do.
Trevor?
All right, so let me tell you about my list real fast.
Not listening to what I said at all.
Do some logistics because I started ranking quarterbacks of last season. I started at number 1, and I went to 2. After that, I went to 3, and then 4, 5, 6, and I got down to about 23 or 24, and then I just realized there was better things I could do with my time, so I took a nap. But it's kind of odd because I have 2 Packers quarterbacks on here, and I have 2 Cowboys quarterbacks on here.
Why do you have 2 Packers?
Supposed to be ranking the starters. Dude.
Malik Willis played like 2 games.
He was
He
nice.
played great though.
Remember, I sent you the list.
Undefeated.
I sent you the list today.
Yeah, but long messages like that, I don't ever read those.
Oh goodness!
You got to send me a message.
So you have
2 lines.
You have 23, but you have like backups on there.
Let me tell you about this new. No, the top 24 quarterbacks. Oh,
Okay, how about me and Zach will switch off until 24, then you'll join in. Okay.
No.
right,
I want to see him try and do this on the spot. This is
All right. Do we want to do my game or just do regular?
I'm okay. I love doing your game, dude.
Trevor, you want to do the game? Did you hear
Show
the
me your
rule?
game, dude.
let me tell you about this real quick. This is
Okay.
a full jam, strawberry, blackberry, raspberry jam, 6.5%. This is delicious. This tastes like if a Four Loko was a beer that didn't make you like feel a little sick when you were swallowing it.
That's fair.
It's good. I like this.
Trevor, did you hear my game?
I probably went in one ear out the other. Say it again.
Okay, we're gonna go 4 at a time. We'll give 4 QBs
Starting
an order. No, starting at 32.
All
So
right.
I'll go 32 through 29. Then Zach will, you will, whatever. And then we'll vote on who is the worst list among 3 of us. And then whoever has the worst list has to take a poll.
Okay.
That work?
I love it.
All right. Who wants to start us out? 32 through 29.
Not me.
Carrie, you go ahead and start your game.
It's my game. I love this episode. Let's do it.
Here, you go ahead and start us. You're gay.
Thank you. All right. Unfortunately, I've hyped this man up for years. I'm still not done on him, but he was the worst starting quarterback in the NFL last year. My boy, the Mayo man, Will Levis, 32. He did great throws, but it was just bad. I still want to see him get one more chance, but it's not looking good. 31, Daniel Jones, the New York Giants. Another guy I hyped up years ago. Another rough year for Danny Dimes as he's out. He's a chance to start Indy, but it was just not a good season for him. He got benched for Drew Lock, who I would have – if I put Drew Lock in this list, I would have ranked him a little bit higher, but Daniel Jones looked terrible last year. 30, I don't know why. Trevor was telling me today that he wasn't that bad, but Deshaun Watson was absolutely terrible last year. I don't know what he was talking about. We'll see what he says later. But Deshaun Watson, his career is over. I don't think he's ever going to get a job again. He's done, and he was terrible last year. 29th, and 29th, he just got a job as a backup. His starting days are over, but I still love the man. Gardner Minshew, he really just proved last year as a Raider he was not a starting quarterback. But unfortunately, Gardner, 29.
He was bad last year, man.
What?
He was bad last year.
Yeah, he was. AOC definitely is a better quarterback than Minshew at this point.
AOC.
Yeah.
Weak mustache gangs. We got to stick together, man.
We do. All right, who's next?
Will Levis was definitely last.
What?
When I think of Will Levis, I just think of like he was bad, but like every once in a while he'd like really show it off, but it wasn't often enough to where like it wouldn't make him the worst quarterback in the NFL. So
He has the talent. He's just an idiot. If he had incredible coaching, I think he could be serviceable, but I don't. I think it's over.
I'll actually put Watson at 31 and then Daniel Jones at 30. I liked the Cowboys game. He was just spamming Malik Neighbors, but he looked good. He's just too chill for me. Like I feel like he doesn't want to get better. He doesn't want to like.
Do you think he's better than what he was in the Giants?
What do you mean? Like 6 months ago?
Like, do you think he'll play better in Indy than he did in New York?
Yeah, I have a weird feeling about that. I think I said it on the last episode that like, if whatever they don't like AR, they trade AR, or Jones is a starter from day one. You know, he had a bad line in New York. This kind of a no. Indy has a good line, right?
Better.
It's better. Yeah, I was thinking of Seattle. That was bad. Indy's line is okay. They got a lot of weapons. I could see him not to the extent of Sam Darnold, but I could see him having like a decent season, kind of.
With Will Mallory,
Uh,
Miami legend.
what? Who?
Will Mallory, Colts tight end. You just said the Colts had a lot of great weapons.
No, they got good receivers, man.
Do
They
they?
got they got Alec Pierce, Josh Downs, Michael Pittman. They got good receivers. Adonai Mitchell too, a first round pick.
So I'd say. They need a tight end. They should get Loveland or Warren. Warren would be nice there.
Yeah, I agree. You don't like Josh Downs the way I like Josh Downs.
You love Josh Downs way too much.
That's why. Yeah. And then fourth to last. So I gotta put Gardner Minshew on this list.
You can put him or AOC.
I'm gonna put Gardner Minshew just because AOC didn't play enough.
I just put starter for the majority of the year if they lost their job.
I'll move Daniel Jones up one and put Gardner Minshew behind him.
Whoa!
Wow,
Whoa!
Slander?
Yeah.
What are we
yes.
doing? What are
Yeah.
we doing? What the
I like
heck?
Okay. All right, Zach.
Okay, I'm having a tough time here because the starters and everything were so different from how they were at the beginning of the year.
Like these last couple, or it's like you don't even know who to put here.
God, the worst guy to start this year. Is that what I'm gonna go with? Like, okay, I'm gonna say a couple names, and I don't know how many I'm supposed to say, but these guys are all kind of in the same category for me in terms of like, oh yeah, these guys are all just kind of like the worst. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like these guys are all not very good quarterbacks. Like they're good enough to be a backup on a team, but like they're not good.
So Trevor Lawrence.
Shut the front door, dude. Shut the front door. I'm gonna be nice, okay?
Dude, I'll tell y'all what. Never mind. Go ahead, Zach.
We're gonna go with so many bad players.
Zach is struggling here.
I just want to shout out to 2024 Sam Darnold.
Shout out to Sam Darnold. We'll get to him in a minute.
I hope you.
Hopefully not a minute.
A little bit more than a minute. We're gonna go with. It's just so bad.
Trevor, we might have to vote him as the worst just for how long he's taking.
No, that's stupid.
Kick him out. Kick him off. Drink.
Oh, dude, I made a mistake here. Hold on.
This is taking a long time.
I'm sorry, dude. Okay, we're gonna go with
Banished.
In no particular order, we're gonna go Levis, Jones, Minshew, and I don't know.
No Watson?
I have Jameis on my list, so Levis, Jones, Minshew, and AR, I guess.
Wow. All right. Who are the worst list of us? I vote Zach.
Okay.
Trevor?
Zach, I'm sorry. He knows. He's already drinking before I said anything. Yep. You know. Yeah. All right.
At least he knew it.
Why was that the worst list?
Because he had AR?
Oh, okay.
Maybe. Trevor?
Why was Zach's the worst?
Yeah. You just pissed me off how long you took to answer. I feel like the last ones are so
I feel
good.
like all Trevor's going to do is just agree with whatever Jake says.
No, I got 27, so I'm
We're
here.
gonna, yeah,
I mean, I'll tell you the reason I picked AR.
I mean, I don't hate AR at that low.
I mean, like he did not have a very good year. He threw
Not
8 touchdowns to 12 interceptions, had a sub 50 QBR. Like,
I just remember
wasn't very good.
Do you remember week 1 when Trevor was like, he's the greatest quarterback in
Dude,
the world?
that game against the Texans, I was.
He threw like one great pass, and it was like, yeah, this is the guy.
He was good.
He's the one we've prayed for.
He was good.
Princess promised.
Anyways.
All right, who wants 28 through 25?
I got 20. I'm on number 27. How is that possible?
You only said 4 guys. How did you jump?
Okay, well, on my screen, I got the top 27 quarterbacks.
Okay, let's hear it then.
All right, so I got this. All right, 27, I have Dak. I remember early on in the year when he was playing.
27?
I'm sorry. Okay. I just remember him playing some very uninspiring football. I remember going on somebody's podcast week 3 when they got blown out by the Saints and saying they weren't making the playoffs. I remember him just kind of spamming CD. Nothing was very inspiring. Their offense wasn't.
He had a pretty bad QBR.
Would you put Cooper Rush higher than Dak then?
I actually have. We'll get there. So
what is your list based on?
It's easy. It's the top. They both played quarterback in 2024. I ranked the top 27 quarterbacks who played quarterback in 2024.
All right.
Which is going to explain my pick at number 26. The best backup in the league, Malik Willis, at number 26.
Let's
The
go.
best backup in the league.
I agree.
I can't agree with He's played really well. The best backup, I don't know.
Best backup in the league, dude. Look at the stats. Look at the numbers.
I think it'd be like Andy Dalton or Joe Flacco, one of those guys.
You're crazy, dude.
Cooper Rush,
right? Cooper Rush is a really good bet. That's like I don't know why Ravens had never brought that up, that they've never had a good backup for years. But
actually, as I look a little ahead in my list, I want to change my statement from best backup in the league to second best backup in the league.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry.
What about who's the Bengals guy? Browning?
I don't like him all that much.
He
had one good game. He had one good game.
I don't know.
And number 25.
Or Jameis?
It's mine. Anthony Richardson. Number 24. I'm going to break somebody else's heart. Carrie, I'm sorry. I got Drake May at 24. I'm sorry.
I mean, the potential is there, but if you look at last year, he flashed stuff, but he didn't play all that well. But he had nothing around him. Trevor, I'll be honest, which I'll go soon. I have him lower than that.
I just think 23 guys had a better season than him.
Yeah, I mean he couldn't have done great in that situation as a young rookie going in there. But
I mean, they fired a first-year head coach. So.
Yeah, and he had who was his wide receiver 1? Kendrick Bourne.
Kiki Booty.
He had left tackles working out from Home Depot. It's not his fault. All right.
Did I stop there at 24?
Yep.
All right.
Do you want me to go next, Gary?
Do it, Zach. Do it.
All right. So I'm taking in body of work as well. I'm not just last year, but it's my current quarterback rankings.
Yep. Like most people would do.
Yep. Because I'm not going to have Dak.
That low.
Yeah. On my quarterback rankings, Dak is 14, 12, 13, around there.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is tough. So we're gonna go another list of names in no particular order.
When do you start the order, Zach?
The order starts soon, but not yet.
All right.
So we're gonna go because I feel like there's guys I'm just forgetting about.
Ooh,
we're gonna go Minshew here.
Okay.
And then we're gonna follow it up with Winston.
Okay.
Carr and May.
Okay. I think
May is at the top of that list just because of his potential. But
I've really wanted to see Jameis Winston a full season with Malik Neighbors. That would have been crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been 5,000 yards and 36 interceptions right there.
But it would have been entertaining, at least.
You said Richardson, right? Already?
Yeah, I said Richardson in
Okay.
the last group, yeah.
All right, I'll go my 28 through 25. So 28, Anthony Richardson. I believe in him, not as much as Trevor, but I think the talent is there. He just needs some coaching, some help around him. But a rough year from last year. 27, I'm surprised neither of you have said this guy already. He didn't play too much last year, and I thought he looked fine, and I think he'll be decent, but you guys must have him higher than I do. Michael Penix Jr. He made some good throws, but I didn't love everything I saw from him. Obviously, he's only played a couple games, so I think he'll get better, but
he should definitely start next year.
I don't think there's any – he is their starter. Does anybody think Kirk's going to start? He's gone.
That's probably where
one of the dumbest things you've ever said. I agree. Okay,
yeah.
Continue.
Quarterback.
He says a lot of dumb things.
Yeah.
All right, number 26, my baby, my son, Drake May. He did the best he could in a bad situation. I think this year he'll be a lot better. Stephon Diggs, an actual NFL wide receiver around him. He did the best they could have hoped from him with guys like Ben Brown and human terrorist Vidari Lowe at left tackle. You know, he did the best he could. I'm happy with him. And 25, I'm surprised Zach has this guy higher. Trevor obviously is going to have this guy like top 13. Even though I'll hype him up this season, I got Caleb Williams at 25. Put up a lot of, stats, didn't turn the ball over. Sure, let's blame it on his own line, but he holds on to the ball way too long.
But
I think Caleb Williams will take it. What?
Or whatever. But when it's Caleb Williams' offensive line, it's all blame it. Wild.
Because you don't watch the games, brother.
No, I'm saying you were like, oh, poor Drake May, his offensive line, it's all he could do. Drake May, I love you. And then it was like, oh, Caleb Williams, sure, blame the offensive line.
Yeah, Caleb Williams also has weapons around him. Sure, the offensive line can take hit. Does he not hold on to the ball too long, bud?
You had Caleb how many spots higher?
I have him one spot higher than Drake May.
All right, Patriots fan. Let it slide for now.
Caleb Williams is gonna have a good season. He has a really improved line. I think he's gonna have a great season this year. When we do our projections for this year, it'll be a lot higher. But Caleb Williams did not have a great rookie season. And you're the only one that really thinks he doesn't. I think Zach would agree with me here. Right?
I don't think he had a great
I'm closer to you than I think I am with Trevor. So.
Yeah.
I think he had a good rookie season, not a great rookie season.
Not with the hype he had.
I mean, Trevor, you literally said preseason that he was going to turn this franchise around and they were going to be –
Yeah.
He will.
You said they were a playoff team.
Yeah, you did. You had him – you clowned me for putting him near the Giants.
Yeah, they're a lot better than the Giants.
They weren't last year.
Yeah. Not in the win-loss category.
If Caleb Williams was any other quarterback, like, it would have been fine. But the fact that he was hyped up as the next great quarterback.
He was hyped up as the next Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And he's on his way.
You're just going to chew your gum and sit there in disappointment?
Not a gum.
As he holds on with another sack? Pretzel?
Wait, are you sucking on the pretzel?
Mm-hmm.
Normal Trev Scott behavior. Just like,
all right, that's an interesting decision.
Then when it gets soft, you can just swallow it. And there's no need for chewing.
Okay. That is true. All right.
I bet you love swallowing things when they get soft. All righty.
All right, we need to vote.
I vote Trevor.
I vote Trevor also. Who is the one guy he had in there?
Dak?
Yeah, Dak in there just for that. Trevor, was it 3 or 5 second poll?
It's 3 seconds.
Take a poll, Trevor.
Dude, you know what that reminds me of though, Trevor? It reminds me of pretzels and beer cheese, and I can't eat that right now on my diet. So,
dude, pretzels and beer, I love it. So good together.
Solid.
All right, song number 23. This is where I'm kind of in I started tearing a little bit.
Okay.
I did that's all my tearing. I have them numbered from this point on.
I did number them, but it's more of a group. There's 4 guys here, 23 to 20. These guys were all good.
Wait, speak to 21, Trevor.
Huh?
Your math is wrong.
Why?
It should be the 21.
This is a group of 4.
Remember you skipped that guy like a long time ago?
Yeah, and you cut me off. I said the guy that I skipped at 28 was Michael Penix, or the Falcons
You
quarterback.
never said that.
Yeah, because you cut me off. I was trying to talk. Anyways,
All right.
23 20. 23 is Cooper Rush. 22 is Derek Carr. 21 is Bryce Young. Number 20 is Caleb Williams. I feel like my list is nice. I got a pretty good list.
What did Caleb Williams do better than Bryce Young last year?
Kerry, and stay with me here.
No, let's hear it.
People like you, I forget what the term was. I used it a lot on Twitter during football season. Prisoner of the moment. That's you. Bryce Young had a good last 3-4 games.
No, he had a good last like 10, 12 games.
No, see, you're wilding right now. That did not happen.
Yes, it
Bryce
did.
did not have a last good 12 games.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Caleb, it's one spot. I mean, it's not the biggest,
No, it's why is Caleb? How did Caleb Williams have a better season than Bryce Young last year? How? Can you give me examples? Anything? Or are you just gonna look in here with your glasses and stare off?
I'm trying to think of a way. Listen,
He had better nails than Bryce Young did. I don't know.
Bryce Young looked like he wasn't gonna be out of the NFL for the last 10 games of the year, 9-10 games of the year. He looked like, okay, maybe this guy isn't a bust.
What did Caleb Williams look like?
He looked like that the whole year. He looked like he's going to be the guy for the future.
What?
All right, that's fine. Go to your next person.
This man is lost sometimes.
Oh, that's it. That's 23 to 20.
You said 2 guys, didn't you?
No, I said Cooper Rush 23, Derek Carr 22, Bryce Young.
All right.
That's
All right.
Derek Carr. All right.
All right, Zach, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. I'll go next. Okay, these are numbered. These are in order. Okay, at 23, I have Michael Penix.
You love him.
I think that situation's not great, and I think that
Pretty good, though.
it's not bad. I mean, they have one wide receiver and a tight end that's mediocre and a good running back. So it's not like the makings of a great passing offense.
They got Kerry Boy, Darnell Mooney.
He's a solid wide receiver, too.
He's a great wide receiver 3. You got to remember, Kerry hypes up Darnell Mooney constantly.
I'm just years later, dude.
Like for 3 years, he's like, Darnell Mooney is my big fantasy. Like,
At least I don't hype up A.J. Dillon every season like somebody does.
wait,
I
who
love
hyped up AJ Dillon? Oh, Trevor.
Yeah, gladly. I'll do it again. I love
He
it.
watches, dude. He's a Twitch subscriber to his farming sim streams.
Yeah, I love AJ Dillon.
So I have Michael Penix there at 23. At 22, I got Caleb Williams.
You have Drake May higher than Caleb Williams.
You already said Drake May.
Oh.
Yeah, I already said Drake May.
All right, good me.
I have Caleb Williams at 22. Just didn't do the things I expected him to do. I think I had him at 16 or 15 in the preseason, and he kind of underwhelmed.
I feel like you did not have him that.
No, because I was talking crap, and you were like, and then when we did our rankings preseason, you were like, wow, that's a lot higher than I had him. I think the highest out of all of us.
There's no way. Trevor had him like 14 or something.
I don't think so. I think I had him at like 16 or 17, and you guys were like, what? I was like, I don't think he's a game-changing quarterback, but I think he's good. All right, and then so where was I? So Penix, Caleb Williams. Next up, I have Bryce Young. I think he proved a lot this year. I think he proved that he can play quarterback in the NFL. I still think that there's a ways to go, and I think a lot of that is going to come down to the team that they can get around him. whether or not Dave Tepper decides to stop being a dumbass is kind of the mainstay there. But I was impressed by a lot of what Bryce Young did last year, especially at the end of the season. And then this might shock some people. This might shock some people. But it's honestly because I think that this guy succeeded due to the system around him, not because he elevated the players around him.
Oh, do we get a Brock Purdy out here?
No, we have this quarterback's on potential fraud alert. And as of today, I'm predicting a sophomore slump for Bo Nix.
Wow.
You have Bo Nix where?
Yeah.
You have Russell Wilson over Bo Nix.
I didn't even put Russell Wilson in my list.
What?
I don't know how, but I don't have him on my list.
I forgot.
You have Geno Smith over Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Why do you hate Bo Nix?
Huh?
I think Bo Nix won't. I think I could see him having a little bit of a slump.
Listen. I'm undefeated on sophomore slump calls. Okay, I'm undefeated on sophomore slump calls.
Where's the proof, Zach? Where's the proof
on the sophomore slump calls?
Yeah,
CJ Stroud.
Okay,
I'm 1 for 1. I'm about to be 2 for 2.
Trevor, you're a big Bronco and Bo Nix fan. Do you have anything to say back to him?
Me and Zach's lists are a little different, right?
I would assume so.
This is how we made.
Well, yeah. So this is my end of year list and going into the future.
So this is your right now list.
Right now, this is where I have people.
You don't think Bo Nix is a top half quarterback in the NFL?
Right now, no.
Did you have Michael Penix above Caleb Williams?
No.
Okay.
That was a weak. I thought you said you were a Broncos fan, Trevor.
I like the Broncos.
So you got nothing on that? Didn't you say Bo Nix was going to have a breakout year next year?
No, I didn't say that. Bo Nix is just better than people thought he was going to be, and he's gotten better every year in college.
I think he's a serviceable starter in the NFL, but I think you're going to see a regression this coming season.
I think, since we're on the topic of Bo Nix, and maybe this is a little bit of foreshadowing.
And by the way, I talked positively about everybody in this group.
Except Caleb.
But, you still have them in the bottom, 10 quarterbacks in the NFL.
I think there's a lot of good quarterbacks in the NFL. That's what it comes down to.
A lot of average quarterbacks in the NFL.
Bo Nix?
What?
Huh?
What number is Bo Nix?
21, you said? 22? 20?
It's my last one in that group before.
I think 21.
Kerry, that doesn't make any sense. If we're starting at 23, it goes to 20.
No, Trevor's math is wrong. It's throwing everybody off. It's 24 to 21.
I found another quarterback I missed, Russell Wilson. I went ahead and plugged him in at 23.
This is why
okay. So because
right?
I missed Russell Wilson, I am also no. You know what? He doesn't deserve to be on my list. I'm going to put Justin Fields below Michael Penix.
Where did you have Penix?
23.
Okay.
But I tell you what, Justin Fields is trending up in my mind.
Who's going to start? Tyrod? Justin Fields?
Why would Tyrod start?
He's the best backup.
They're paying Fields $20 million a year.
Still.
They're not paying a guy $20 million a year to sit on the bench, dude.
They might. Steelers.
You sound like Zach right now. Tyrod Taylor is not going to start a game for the Jets unless Justin Fields is hurt. You want to bet on that?
Yes.
$20.
That Tyrod Taylor will not start a game unless Justin Fields is hurt.
Yeah.
Make it 30.
Let's make it 30. Why not? Zach, write it down.
All righty. Let me go.
So there's nothing Justin Fields can do to lose his job, is what you're
I'm not saying if they draft a rookie, he could start, but I'm saying Tyrod Taylor will not start over Justin Fields unless there's an injury.
All right.
If they draft Jackson Dart, he could start. They should not draft Jackson.
Not Jackson
Dart. No, did you guys see the rumor that the Jets like Jackson Dart at 7, which would be awful? That would be Zach Wilson 2.0.
Oh my God, Jackson Dart would be the worst pick I've seen.
Jackson Dart is a
long.
great pick in like the second or third round. He's not a good pick in the first round.
Saw that last year. We thought Bo Nix. We thought Michael Penix was going to go in the second round. Boom. Pick 12. All of them were gone. 13. They were all gone. It's going to happen again this year. They don't want to miss out.
I don't know. All right. 24 through 21. So I think the only one doing the numbers right. 24, he had a great – I used to hate him. I doubted him. But he got benched, and he came back, and he balled out. And I believe in him now. Just finally get him a wide receiver, a tight end, anything. Bryce Young. I don't know. I hope they get McMillan at 8. But Bryce Young, good season last year. I like him there.
You have him at one?
24. 23, a guy that's not been mentioned yet, who's done nothing his whole career, but everybody just loves him because of his potential. Maybe because they think he's the white-haired Jesus. I don't know. Trevor Lawrence at 23. This guy has never done anything. He's a game manager at best, but everybody seems to think he's great. But he just kind of exists. You know, he's got Brian Thomas Jr. Maybe they'll draft somebody. If Trevor Lawrence does nothing this year, it's over. He's never going to be a great quarterback. Give it up.
Okay.
22, the most mid quarterback in the NFL. If you want somebody mid, he's got paid so much money for doing absolutely nothing for years. He's never going to win you anything. He's just there. He'll put up some nice stats. He won't turn the ball over. Russell Wilson, he's going to throw away your season like he threw away his Steelers.
That's so disrespectful of Trevor Lawrence to put Russell Wilson ahead of him.
Trevor Lawrence is not a good quarterback, dude.
He's better than Russell Wilson.
Realize it. Is he, though? What has he ever done better?
Right now, you're saying Russell Wilson's a better quarterback than Trevor Lawrence. That's an insane opinion.
It is not at all. What has Trevor Lawrence ever done? Like throw 6 interceptions in a playoff game?
He threw 3 interceptions in the playoff game. You know what he did in the
than
second
that.
half?
He got bailed out by Justin Herbert choking as usual.
Oh, yeah, he definitely did throw 4 touchdown passes.
He definitely had more than 3 interceptions that game.
No, he had 3.
No way.
Trevor Lawrence is in Russell Wilson convos now.
Easily.
That's where we have.
He had 5 interceptions, Zach. What are you talking about?
Hold on.
5 interceptions.
Playoffs.
Russ put up good stats this year.
Okay,
He had a couple
4. Each 4.
Okay,
Not
so
5.
you're a damned liar and a fool.
So you're a liar, too. You said 3. I said 5. We're both in the middle.
Did he win the game?
His team won the game. Does that mean he won the game?
Well, I mean, he threw 4 touchdown
Are
passes.
QB
I
wins that-
assume that that
Are
had
wins a
something to do
QB
with his
stat?
team winning the game.
What is he, Jameis Winston out there? Little golden
Had a
head.
bad first half.
Yeah.
He had a bad first half, dude.
All right, number 21. 21. A guy that gets way too much hate. He's not a great quarterback. He's not bad, but everybody seems to think he's Hitler in New Orleans. I don't know why. He was decent last year when he stayed healthy and he had no help. Derek Carr at 21. If he was on a decent team, he would be a better quarterback. But this, for some reason, he gets more hate than like
What
any
has
other
Derek Carr
He's up there.
ever done? Has he
You know
ever
what?
done
Don't like-
anything? He's just a guy that exists.
He's also been on
people say
terrible
they
teams his whole career.
He throws a ton of
He chokes a lot in big
Hospital.
moments. Yeah. But, like, if you put Derek Carr
Has
in a
Derek
good
Carr
team,
won a playoff game?
he was hurt that one year on that good team with Amari Cooper and Crabtree.
Mhm.
But
Has he ever
Derek
won a
Carr at
playoff
21.
game?
I don't know.
Has Derek Carr won a playoff game?
Is playoff
Ever?
wins all that matters, Zach?
I'm just curious because you're saying like Trevor Lawrence is worse than both these guys because he hasn't done anything, but he has a playoff win.
Trevor
Decade.
Lawrence just almost ruined my stream right now because, like, I looked up Trevor Lawrence playoff stats and it started, like, lagging my screen because he's so bad. It just ruined my night.
I think it's actually because you're bad.
Could be. All right.
Oh yeah,
Who's
he's played in 1 playoff game. He threw 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Congratulations, dude.
The same ratio as Trevor Lawrence. All right. Who had the worst ranking in that round?
Zach, I'm down to team up on Kerry if you're mad at him.
Do it.
I'm going.
I mean,
Carey.
I think it'll make it even now. Let's go, Carey.
All right.
I'm going Carey.
All right. 20 through 17.
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first, Trevor?
I'll go because this will actually even it out. Because this is another tier with only 3 players, but I'll stop at 17. It's a tier of 3 players who are just really confusing. They're good. They're definitely more good than they are bad. But I don't know how to rank them. I don't know what to say about them even. 17, 18, 19, I got Rodgers, Stroud, and Jordan Love. 17.
I'm changing my list currently because I look at the names. I'm like, that just doesn't feel right.
And my top 16 is where it gets sued. The top 16 was the most fun part to make. But 17, 18, 19 is like that last tier where I just don't know what to say about these guys. I don't know really where to put them. They're good, way more than they're bad. But Rodgers, Stroud, Love. It'll be interesting to see Rodgers change the scenery. What do you think about that tier, Carey? 17, 18, 19, Rodgers.
Rodgers, Stroud, Love. That's a little low for Stroud, but if you're just basing off of last year, that makes sense.
Just last year, yeah.
I have them all higher, but also it's based on previous years.
Gotcha.
Zachy?
All righty. All right. First off, this is going to prove I'm not a Glazer, okay?
Okay.
I'm going Rodgers, Lawrence, Murray, Stroud.
Rodgers, Lawrence. Why do you hate CJ Stroud? Just because of this bad year?
I think I said he was going to have a sophomore slump. And
you have Geno over Stroud.
Geno played fine last year. He wasn't a top 10 quarterback, which is why he's not a top 10 quarterback on my list, but he was fine. I don't know why you hate Geno so much.
He like as many interceptions as touchdowns, and he played fine. He's like
the 21 touchdowns and 15 interceptions.
He's like the PFF guy's like nerdy quarterback of the year, just because he has like high completion percentage. God,
high completion percentage. He threw for 4,000. He threw for the most yards ever in his career.
He choked every big game.
Carey, I also have Geno Smith over CJ Stroud.
Everybody loves Geno Smith. I don't get it.
I'm not even saying I love Geno Smith. Oh my God.
You're just a
It's just Stroud played bad. He played bad, Carey.
And he had an amazing rookie season.
Oh, congratulations. One season.
He had a better season than Geno Smith's ever had in his life.
Last year?
Yeah.
23-5?
No, I'm saying his rookie season is better than
his rookie season was 23-5, 4,100 yards.
Yeah.
So that's better than any season Geno's ever had.
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Carey.
Zach's gonna bring up some stats right now.
His stats from 2 years ago: 30-11, 4,200 yards.
Yeah, let's talk about stats, Zach. We love stats, don't we?
Listen.
Let's talk about playoffs, Zach. Let's talk about playoffs. Friggin' stats boy over here.
You want to look at his playoff stats?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at his playoffs.
Let's look at Geno's playoff stats. Oh, wait. Has he ever even made a playoffs in his career?
The Chiefs this past playoffs.
What?
I remember CJ Stroud had a good game against the Chiefs, but this last year's playoffs. But he wasn't good at any point really this year, especially when the guys started going down. Tank Dell, Nico missed a little time. Diggs towards ACL.
I mean, Houston versus Kansas City. He scored 14 points, did not throw a touchdown. He had one good playoff game against Houston.
He had one
last
good playoff
year
game against Houston?
Oh, no, Cleveland.
This guy's
sorry.
bringing up stats against his own team.
He had one good playoff game at home against Cleveland in his entire career. And Carey's like, you want to talk about playoffs?
Yeah, let's talk about Geno Smith's mid-playoffs.
He went 25-35, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Like, I don't know. I don't know what you want, dude.
I don't know what the love for Geno Smith is. Guys,
I've seen multiple good years out of Geno. I've yet to see that out of CJ Stroud. Sorry.
We've seen one good year out of Gino.
I've seen
Everybody
a
just
couple.
loves this man.
I've seen a couple. I know you're a hater,
Rough.
but it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to cry, buddy.
It's okay.
It's okay.
The Raiders will be stuck in purgatory now.
No.
9-8 for the rest
Wait,
of their
wait,
lives.
wait.
Boy.
Oh my god. Nothing. Never mind. Just go. Go ahead.
All right.
What's your pick?
20 through 17. I got Geno Smith at 20. Mediocre quarterback who people love because of stats.
Oh my god, dude. I want to kill this
He's
guy.
great completion percentage. Does nothing else. Great job, Geno. DK Metcalf, JSN, Tyler Lockett. Can't do anything. What a bum. Number 19, Aaron Rodgers. He should be better this year. I don't think he really cared
Oh my
last year.
god, dude. Again, he's going to pick whatever team Rodgers goes to win the fucking Super Bowl. I swear to God.
Steelers, baby. They're back. Probably not. 18, Kyler Murray. This guy is just like stuck. He's never going to be that good. He's never going to be that bad. He's just like there.
Yeah.
He exists. He's short. He's there. Number 17, nobody's mentioned this guy before yet. You got the man that played really well until when it mattered, then he choked, did nothing. He's got a great coaching, great team around him, so no wonder he played well. I get a guy called Sam Darnold.
That's such a hater opinion, dude.
Is he
That's
good?
such a
I
hater
don't know.
opinion.
Maybe he'll be good in
Oh
Seattle.
my God.
We'll see. He's a great team around him. Nick Mullins balled out on the team. It's not that hard
Nick
to play
Mullins
good.
balled out on that team, huh?
Nick Mullins was throwing like 400 yards a game 2 years ago.
Carry.
It's not that hard to be good in Minnesota. Sam Darnold is – I have a bad feeling we're going to see like 20 picks out of Sam
my
Darnold this
God.
year.
I don't think so.
You're such a hater, Carrie.
I think so. I don't love Sam Darnold. 17's not bad. That's one out of the top 50% of quarterbacks. So, yeah. All right. So, sounds like everybody hated my list. So, I guess we have to vote.
Having Sam Darnold that low is so criminal after the year he just had. That's so criminal.
Exactly the worst
That's
list.
so criminal, Carrie.
Trevor, you're the deciding vote.
I don't remember Zach's list.
Repeat it, Zach.
Rodgers, Lawrence, Murray, Stroud. I vote. Actually, I'll let Trevor vote first.
I'm going to vote for myself.
All right.
I'll vote for Trevor.
Yeah.
My vote doesn't matter then. Okay.
All right. 16 through 12.
All right.
Or 16 through 13, sorry.
What?
I did the math wrong again. 16 to 13.
Okay, yeah.
16, I got Gino. And then 15 through 12 are quarterbacks who are pretty good. Like, these guys are pretty good. Like, I could feel good about these guys being my quarterback. But, like, that's about it. 15 to 12. 15, I got Tua because of the season. You know, he missed some time.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty low for you.
He missed time, though. He missed a decent amount of time. But when he was out there, he was playing pretty well.
I wouldn't say pretty well.
I would. He had a bad game against the Bills, but I think all of his other...
He had a lot of bad games.
I don't think so. But anyway.
You don't think so? What?
I got him at 15.
I agree with you, but I'm just saying he didn't have a lot of bad games. Did you watch him against
He had
the rest of the year?
like against who? What game?
I'm trying to refresh my
I'm trying to
memory.
look up some stats is what you're doing.
No, I'm trying to look up. Oh, Houston. He wasn't bad against Green Bay though. He was terrible against Buffalo. He was terrible
he had a
against
horrible
Houston.
game against Buffalo. That's the game he got hurt. Through 2 picks. Being a
I remember this from last year. He was terrible before the injury, and you just blamed it on the injury.
He was terrible the game before the injury.
He was terrible. No, he was terrible against Buffalo, and then he
came
got
back-
hurt. And you're like, oh,
When he
the
came back,
injury saved the game. Josh Allen would have won the game.
No. I remember when he came back, his first 4 or 5 games back, he was like the highest rated quarterback of that period. I remember him coming back from his injury, and the Dolphins had a chance to still make the playoffs. Like, I remember him playing well for like maybe his like last 5 games when he came back from injury.
Bro needs a guardian calf so bad.
I mean, I'm not
Also, I just want to say, I tweeted out at the time that was the dumbest injury I've ever seen a player take.
It was
Guy who's concussion prone, just diving headfirst in the chest of an opposing defender is crazy.
After he came back, he threw a pick and he dove at a guy's knees at his waist with his back of his head, trying to tackle him.
It's so stupid.
Anyway, number 14, I got Kyler. 13, I got Brock Purdy, and 12.
No, you don't do 12 yet.
Matt Stafford.
What? Trevor, I remember an argument with you.
What?
About how putting there's no reason to put Justin Herbert over Brock
But
Purdy.
remember, this is the list of only last year. My quarterback list of best quarterback currently, Brock Purdy, I have higher. That's based on.
Why can't you do anything right ever?
Your instructions were horrible. Your
Oh,
instructions were terrible. I could hardly read them.
You can never follow anything ever.
Anyways, those are the quarterbacks.
I just have to put it out in crayon or something for you
I
to
would
read
be happy
it.
if these were my quarterbacks. 11 and up, that's where it gets really fun.
Okay,
so
buddy.
that's my fifth.
You're supposed to go to 13.
Well, number 12 is Matt Stafford. So I can't undo it now.
Oh, goodness.
Alrighty. All right. I don't know why Kerry was so incensed because right above CJ Stroud is Geno Smith.
It's too high.
Following Geno Smith, we've got Tua.
Same,
Too high. We all have them at 15, don't we?
I guess.
Following Tua, I'm going to make a swap here. We're making a trade. A trade has been
Making a
trade's
trade.
been made.
But if this was like my quarterback list, I'd have two at like 12 or 13.
Okay.
Well, maybe you should have actually made that
Well, I
list
have
there,
that
bud.
list. I could pretty similar.
God, this whole area is so crowded. Okay.
There's a lot of
Following
mid-quarterbacks.
Tua, I have Dak Prescott because I agree. He wasn't playing great when he was healthy last year, but I still have seen him play well. I think he's fallen out of my top 10 conversation, but he's not too far out of it in terms of like overall quarterback play.
Do you think it's time for them to look for a replacement?
100%. But didn't they
I've seen
sign
a lot
him to
of,
a new deal?
But they don't have a backup quarterback right now, which people think they're going to take somebody like the second or third round. People have said maybe trade for Joe Milton, but somebody that's like could push Dak Prescott out of a job. Not this year or maybe even next year, but in a couple of years.
That makes sense. So right above Dak at 13. This is that crowded area that I'm having so much trouble with. I'm between two guys.
It's tough.
And
tough,
I think I'm going to have to do it. I think I'm going to have to put Justin Herbert at 13.
Wow.
Don't hate it.
Yeah. I mean, I just...
Was the choke just too much for you?
No,
once again?
I just, like, with the offense the way that it is right now, I mean, like, they don't really have a weapon, really.
Zach, Aaron Rodgers yet?
Yeah, Rodgers was in that
a while ago.
I got to put Herbert at 13. It was between him and one other
insane?
guy. You're gonna see who my 12th pick is.
I'm amazed Zach hasn't said a certain quarterback who he's never been a fan of has still not been listed yet, unless he forgot about him.
Is this certain quarterback?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Pass through your heart, Zach. Your heart.
Yeah. No, he's coming.
Wow, I'm amazed he's going that far.
Oh wait, no, I accidentally skipped him.
That's why.
I accidentally skipped him. Between. So like wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
this has been our worst number
12,
ever.
13. Okay. I understand what happened now. Okay. Gino, Tua, Dak, Love at 13.
Okay. I promise we will be better, everyone listening, for our preseason.
Sorry, it's on my notes app. It's very small text. I just skipped him on accident. So I guess you guys know who my 12 is, but that's fine.
Yeah, we'll figure. We'll stay guessing.
You guys know.
All right, 16 through 13 for me. I got Bo Nix at 16. He had a good rookie season, but I agree with Zach to an extent. I could see him having a down year in years too, but I don't have him that low. They should have a nasty defense. They get another wide receiver, tight end in the draft, get some weapons. I don't think it'd be that worse, but I do see a little bit of a sophomore slump. 15, we got Mr. Play balls out in September, Tua Tagovailoa. He's going to cook for those first 2 months.
Carey goes, I go Gino. He goes too high. I go Tua, too high. Literally in the 15 spot.
We all had him at 15. Dude, fighting is funny. he's Mr. Mid, man. He's hanging on. He's the best Hawaiian quarterback in the NFL right now.
That's true.
Number 14, my baby. He kind of disappointed me last season, but I still believe in him. I believe in Love. They still didn't get him any help in the receiver group. So until that happens, we'll see if he can hit that next level. But I still believe in Love.
I think his receiver group gets a lot of hate because they don't have like a true number one. But I mean, that receiver room is so deep with like really good.
Is it?
Yes, 100%. Yes.
Watson gets hurt every game. He's out for the year, isn't he?
For 2025?
I think he is, yeah. Christian Watson? Well, Reed and Dobbs are like okay, but they're not great.
He's going to miss the start of the 2025 season, but he should be back.
There's just like if it's like fourth down in the playoffs, who are you going to in that group? Like Tucker Kraft, Christian Watson, Dobbs, just none of them are like guys you really trust. Diggs would have been a good fit there because, like, even if he's not that number one guy, he's a guy at least you could like go to. I just don't know why they get. I think
unless it's a deep route with the game on the line, in which case he'll drop it right through his hands.
Wow, I think the only guy they added was like McCole Hardman. Like, is that the guy that's going to scare the world in a tough NFC North?
I know Tyreek Hill scares the world. But that's because of physical violence.
I was going to say his girls too, and kids. And wrapping up 13, Dak Prescott. I don't know why it's over at 27. He's just in that land. He's not. He's good. He's not bad. He's just there. If he had a better team around him, he could win a Super Bowl. But he's not going to lead a team to a Super Bowl on his own. So Dak just exists. Yeah.
I'm going to say this.
How about Trevor?
I was going to say the same thing. I actually like Carey's list.
Thank you, Zach. So you say Trevor?
Fuck.
Trevor.
Well, I'm out of beer. I already drank both of them.
I know you got wine in your fucking fridge.
I got water. That's it. But I'm feeling it.
You don't have any liquor there? You can do a shot.
Bah.
I'll drink for you, Trevor.
All right. So I'm at quarterback 11. This is where it gets fun.
How is your math wrong off every time?
Me and Zach both said our 12s, so.
Well, who's your 12? Just for posterity, just go 12 to 9.
All right. Matt Stafford was my 12. Number 11, as bad as that playoff game was, really only dropped him one spot. Probably his best, not his best year yet, but he's as high on my other quarterback list as he's ever been. And I think he had the 11th best season. That's Justin Herbert. That playoff game was rough, though. Shout out to Houston's defense, Kamari Lassiter and Derek Stingley. Those guys are going to be good for a long time. But, I got Herbert at 11. At number 10, he was a top 10 quarterback this year. I don't know if the stats would back that, but I made this list from my memory, and the top 10 was pretty easy to make. The top 8 was easy to make. 9, 10, 11's where it got fun. The 10th best quarterback this year was Bo Nix.
Over Stafford.
Yeah,
That's
Stafford.
crazy. Someone else is gonna have to drink for
This is
Trevor.
you're not talking about Madden, right? You're talking about
Did
real
Stafford
life.
miss time this year? A couple
No.
games? One game?
No.
Stafford was good.
That's an interesting opinion.
What did Bo Nix do better than Stafford? What did even Justin Herbert do better than Stafford?
I feel like Stafford had a good stretch of games, but he still looked kind of old at points. Herbert just looked like he was under control all year. He dropped one spot. Nix, I've said this before about a lot of people. I said it about Caleb Williams. Last year I said it about Jalen Ramsey when he came back. The second best thing you can give a man is hope. And Bo Nix brought the Broncos hope. There could be a little, maybe there's another team in that AFC West. Maybe there's 3 good teams. Bo Nix was the 10th best quarterback this year.
That's crazy.
And
I'm already leaning Trevor. Who's your 9th?
Zach is too low with him, and Trevor's too high.
He's a lot lower on my quarterbacks list, but I think he had the 10th best year.
But if he's only based on this year, I mean, if you have him 10th, if only on this year.
Yeah, but other quarterbacks.
Okay.
Other quarterbacks are not
Go
based
ahead. I mean, who's your 9?
Number 9, I just want to give a shout out to 2024 Sam Darnold. That's my 9th.
At number 9? Yeah. Even with his disaster of the last few games?
Yeah.
When it mattered, he choked. He showed up like a little baby and just couldn't talk.
I mean, Herbert in the playoffs. Bo Nix was okay in the playoffs. Not good.
Bo Nix was pretty terrible in the playoffs.
Bo Nix had one good drive.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Do you trust Sam Darnold, Trevor?
I trust him to an extent in Minnesota. I wouldn't.
Do you trust him in Seattle?
I trust him to maybe go at least 500 to be competitive every week. But I don't even trust him to win that division.
That is a tough division.
All right. I'm gonna edit my list again before I say these names because I want to make sure I don't get them out of order.
Fair. Do you want me to go first, Zach?
No, I got it now. All right. So at 12, I already said it's Justin Herbert. He's in that conversation for this tier of guys that I'm about to rattle off, even all the way down to 8. But right now he's at 12. At 11, I got Brock Purdy at 11. He's fine. He does. I mean, he plays the game the way he's going to play the game. It's not super exciting, but it's relatively effective.
So basically,
injuries killed this team this year. So maybe next year they could be a little bit healthier.
Yeah, I feel like it would have been better if the injuries didn't hit the receivers as hard.
Yeah. So I got Purdy at 11. Definitely a high upside on. Well, high upside in the win column for Brock Purdy coming into next season if they can stay healthy. Right above Brock Purdy at 10. Sam Darnold. Great year. Obviously struggled down the stretch at the end of last year. Maybe the pressure was a little bit too much for him. But, I mean, he had a fantastic season.
Lions. If they played the Lions 10 times, they might have lost to them 10 times last year.
But so I got Darnold at 10. At 9, I have Matthew Stafford. I think he's absolutely still in the top 10 for quarterbacks. He's still got it. He can still sling it, especially if he's got 2 good wide receivers like Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua.
which he does not.
What I was about to say, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes next year without Cooper Kupp there, but we'll see how all that plays out because I still think he can sling. I mean, Tutu Atwell played well in both of their absences, so
Do you know what I kind of like? Mock draft was probably talking about maybe next episode. Colston Loveland to LA, or even Tyler Warren if he falls. If they can get one of those two good tight ends there, that's a good.
Big
that's a good
Charger now.
Because I don't know Higby's okay, but he's not.
He plays for the Chargers now.
And I also want to say,
Tyler Higby.
Stafford.
No, Coughlin plays for the Chargers.
Stafford is getting the nod over the 3 or 4, or maybe even 5 guys that I put in front of or behind him. Stafford's getting the nod ahead of those guys because I think Stafford has that dog in him.
Yeah, I mean, you actually can trust Stafford in the
playoffs.
He's done it.
Like, I just think, like, with the game on the line, 20 seconds left, you're at the 50-yard line. I think Stafford is going to make the throw that gets you into field goal range or gets you a chance to throw into the end zone.
When you think about it, Stafford put up the best fight of anybody against the Eagles in the playoffs. Like, the Chiefs did not, the Commanders did not. Stafford and the Rams almost won that game against Philly.
But that's Stafford at 9. I was tempted to put him higher. I really was tempted to put him higher.
That's fair. 9 isn't as embarrassing as someone else here. All right, number 12. My boy, he's been hated on. He's a real guy. He had a rough sophomore season, but I believe. Real guy. I believe in the man, CJ Stroud. He'll bounce back this year. QB 12. He's the guy. Don't worry. He's going to scare little Zach and his Jaguars back to Jacksonville. Send him over to Europe. Number 11, I got the playoff choker himself, Justin Herbert. Every time you want to look, hype him up, falls apart in big games. It's sad. Talent is there, but I don't know. Is it ever going to actually happen?
I really want him to succeed because he is like the prototypical pocket passer quarterback.
Yeah.
And
it's like he's good, but is he just ever going to take that great level? Is Trevor just going to win that argument from years past? You know, maybe
it's
he
not.
Mike Williams back.
Yeah, he did get Mike
Keenan
Williams
Allen's
back.
still a free agent.
He is.
Got you. They lost Josh Palmer too.
They did. Number 10. It's going to start my tier of game managers. It's a solid game manager. He's young, though. I still think he'll get better. $60 million a year is nonsense, though, for this guy. I got Brock Purdy at 10. He's a solid game manager. He'll do what he does.
NFL money is not real anymore, dude.
Yeah, it's really not.
It's
number 9. Nobody has listed him off yet. He had a very good season last year, but I think a lot of people could do his job.
Jared Goff.
Yep. He had a disappointing in the playoffs. I don't know. He's a very good quarterback, but he's not a great quarterback. And if it's going to be all on him, I think he's going to come up short. But there's not a lot better you can do than Jared Goff. But I think 9 is solid for him.
I think that's really low for Goff, but
really,
yeah, I do. I understand that he had the best roster around him. I completely get that. But I still think that's low for him.
Zach, do you think Matthew Stafford would do a better job in Detroit than Goff would?
I don't.
That is crazy.
I really don't. Because I don't think that offense fits him at all.
I think a lot of quarterbacks could fit that offense.
Okay. I think Purdy's a better fit in Detroit than Stafford.
Purdy and Goff are pretty much the same quarterback in my mind, except for Purdy's younger.
Purdy can move around a little better.
I think Goff's got a little bit of a better arm than Purdy, but
Purdy's got a better deep ball than people think.
Purdy can run.
I'm not saying his deep ball is bad. I mean, goddamn, I put him.
I think it's better than Goff's is.
Huh?
I think it's better than Goff's. That's why people can be wrong. And we still love them. We still accept them here on the Beer League Football.
All right. So we're going 8 to 5.
5. We're almost near
Number
the end.
8, I got Baker Mayfield. The 8th best quarterback last year. The 7th best quarterback last year. Jared Goff. And this is where it gets weird.
It gets weird.
Number 6.
Oh, God.
And
Shut up. Shut up, dude.
now,
If you say it, I'm going to scream at
stick
you.
with me. This is where it gets weird. Because we're talking about just last year, right? And
Okay.
this quarterback
If you say it, Zach, kick him off. If you
He's
say
not
it.
No,
going to
it's-
say it.
gonna get even weirder
You
than
can't
you
say
think
it.
it's
You
weird
can't.
to be.
You can't.
Number 6, for reasons that are not all in his control, I got Joe Burrow.
Whoa, what?
What?
Dude, automatically Trevor.
Not
Automatically vote
expecting-
Trevor. What the hell?
Quarterback,
At 6?
Is crazy.
every quarterback I
That
have
is
ahead of Joe Burrow.
crazy.
That is.
Oh my
playoffs.
god.
He's the only reason they weren't 1-16.
I can't agree with you there.
Oh my god.
He
At
just
6 is
playoffs.
crazy.
Wasn't in the playoffs.
Yeah, man, he doesn't play defense.
I know. That's why I said it's some of the reasons were out of his control. But no, this was a game time decision.
What?
5 and 6, I had Burrow and Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels was in the NFC Championship game. He played well against the Lions.
Dude, that's a
He played well
you're
against
a
the Bucs.
silly. I'm gonna mute him.
Jaden Daniels had a better.
I'm
That
gonna
is
mute him.
awful.
That's terrible.
You know, Trevor's been known as a Joe Burrow supporter. Me and Zach have been more Joe
I
Burrow
know.
haters, but that is just nonsense. Yeah, we don't hear
Yeah,
you right
you're
now,
muted.
buddy, because that's a terrible take.
That's horrible.
6
I want to
is
apologize.
crazy.
Any Bengals fan that listens, I want to apologize on behalf of the podcast. That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
All the points.
That is
Joe
upsetting.
Burrow got all the points for regular season, but the 5 people ahead of him got points for postseason as well. So
Okay, well, it is a. You do realize that football is a team sport? There's 22 people on the field at all times.
yeah, but my list is quarterbacks of last year.
Yeah, so you're talking
Okay.
about, and Joe Burrow had arguably.
What else could have Joe Burrow done last year? Like turn it. His only issue was like he threw too many turnovers because
Best
he had to throw the
quarterback
ball. So many
on my
times.
list that didn't make the playoffs, and he's ahead of quarterbacks that were in the playoffs. He's ahead of Jared Goff,
Okay, the playoffs is the playoffs everything.
Herbert.
Okay, listen,
Bad
listen.
quarterbacks make the
Wait, where did
playoffs. Bad
so that was
quarterbacks-
6? So you got to go 5.
Jaden Daniels.
Okay.
I thought you didn't like Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels. a lot lower.
You said he did nothing. You said he did nothing all season. Then that Hail Mary, like against the Bears, just got him out, and he was a game manager. You blab nonsense about him all season, but he's better than Joe Burrow was last year.
Kerry, this past season, Jaden Daniels played 2 very good playoff games. Joe Burrow played 0.
Is that his
No,
fault?
it's not in his control. And I said that. I said
You blabbled all season that Jaden Daniels was just
Listen,
an NFL plug.
I'm gonna say mine. I know who my vote's going for, unless Kerry says something insane.
Wait, I have one question. Zach. Is this actually Trevor on the show tonight? I mean, we've not seen his eyes the whole time. Could this be an imposter?
Could be an imposter.
Okay, Kerry, did Joe Burrow have better?
Like Trevor putting Joe Burrow below Josh Allen is surprising.
On my
You know?
quarterbacks list, I have Joe Burrow as quarterback either 3 or 4.
Okay.
But of quarterbacks of last season, number 6.
Okay.
So Jaden Daniels should have won MVP over Joe Burrow in the MVP
No.
race.
But Jaden Daniels had 2 very excellent, very good, excellent performances in the playoffs.
All righty.
Okay, so it's just
All right.
all right.
That's
As a
fine.
rookie,
I guess that's fine. All right, I'm gonna go. So it's 9 through 5. At 9, no, 8 through 5. At 8, I got Baker Mayfield.
same.
Next,
At 7, I have Jared Goff.
A little high, but sure.
At 6,
Oh, same, Zach.
I have Jaden Daniels. I think he had a very
Sure,
impressive
sure.
rookie year, but my whole thing is I only have one season to look at. And there were low points in
Fair.
that season. Like, he had a great postseason, but there were low points. Right? He did not have an entirely perfect rookie season.
True.
And then at 5, I've got Jalen Hurts.
Zach, I could kiss you right now. Wow. This man is cooking tonight.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah, Kerry, you went from quarterback 16 to top 5. How about that? You had him
What?
at 16 before the season, and now you could kiss Zach for putting him at 5.
Yeah. Because people overrate him when he win a Super Bowl because you have a great team around him that literally anyone could
Wait,
do
are
a
we
shot.
talking about Jalen Hurts or Tom Brady?
Wow.
Alrighty.
All right. Number 8, Baker Mayfield.
Wow.
Did a great job. Fights hard. I like
Wait,
him. He's a
I'm
good
also,
guy.
by the way, Baker Mayfield is getting the nod for the same reason that Stafford got the nod. That's because I think he has that dog in him.
He does have that dog in him.
And
Definitely.
so he just gets the nod over guys like Darnold, Purdy, and Herbert for me.
Yeah. Number 7, I got the veteran, Matthew Stafford.
Wow.
Yeah, I would say Trevor. He didn't have the greatest first half of last season, but I trust him. He's a veteran, and he's. I had a tough decision putting number 6 over him, but if there's a guy I trust in the playoffs, I would go with Matthew
I
Stafford.
think he's like, on my quarterback
Wow.
list, he's like around 10, but he was 12 in this list.
Okay. Number 6, I got Jaden Daniels.
Whoa.
Like Zach said, we've only seen one season of Jaden Daniels. He played very well, but like CJ Stroud had a down year. We see a lot of guys have sophomore slumps. Jaden Daniels played about as good as you could have for a rookie. But we'll see if he can keep it up. If he keeps it up, he's just going to climb higher and higher on this list. Number 5, just like Zach, Jalen Hurts. Number 5, he did his job. That's all you can ask of him. He did nothing wrong, but he doesn't do that next step. And that's not his fault. He doesn't have to. He's an insane team around him, but he does what he has to, and that's why he's number 5.
All right. Well, I mean, Trevor's out of beer, but I would vote for Trevor.
I would too.
So
It's a great list. It's excellent.
all right,
Yours?
4 through
You
1.
think it's
This
excellent.
is where it's gonna get interesting.
Let's do it.
So, first of all, shout out to each of the top 4 quarterbacks this season.
I would
for
say
turning in.
these top 4 quarterbacks are in a league of their own.
I would agree. Well, not to
Well,
Trevor.
not to Trevor, but these top 4 quarterbacks are in a league of their
What's
own.
that? I think these 4 and then everybody else.
I agree.
It's pretty.
There was no way
Yeah.
that these 4 were not the top 4 this year.
Unless you're a monkey, which someone is on this podcast. So
No, I have the same
No.
top 4 on my quarterback list. These are the quarterbacks of last year.
I know he's gonna put at 1. It's gonna piss me off.
Not the man
No.
that choked the player.
I know who he's gonna put, and he's gonna be. I know his reasoning too.
Watch
He's
him
gonna.
put Josh
No,
Allen.
I know what he's gonna do. All right, Trevor, I can see through those fucking stupid sunglasses. I know what he's gonna do, and I know exactly what
right,
reasoning he's gonna use.
That's my order. Guess the order.
No, I want you to say it.
I'll guess.
You want? Okay, go ahead. Guess.
It's going to be Lamar, Mahomes, Hurts, and Allen.
It's
It might be Mahomes, Lamar, Hurts, and Allen, but it's definitely going to be Allen.
That's it. That's it.
Yep.
Mahomes, Lamar, Hurts, Allen.
In what order?
That Mahomes 1, Lamar 2, Hurts 3, Josh Allen 4.
I'm gonna do what Trevor did last year. You're putting the MVP. You're putting the MVP below guys that. Oh my god, are you guys stupid? What does MVP stand for? It means most valuable player. Everyone got together and agreed that this
Except for
guy
when it's the
is
guy
the
Trevor
most
doesn't want
valuable
to win.
player in the league, and you guys are ranking him below this. This is crazy.
He won that award based off a narrative. 100% based
on how he played.
Based off the narrative that he doesn't.
The Bills were nowhere without Josh Allen, bud.
They've just been in the AFC Championship, second, third round of the playoffs for the last 5 years, but the team is so bad
because of a certain quarterback on the roster
that didn't do anything in the playoffs, and they won the game.
Didn't do anything in the playoffs. Yeah, he didn't turn the ball over twice like Lamar Choker Jackson.
Okay, well, this isn't just the playoffs. This is the whole season. Lamar had a way better regular season.
If he had a way better season, shouldn't he won MVP?
Sorry?
If he had a way better season, should he have won MVP?
Yes.
But he didn't. Because stats is everything, right,
MVP,
Trevor?
okay,
Stats.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. I'm going to tell you why. You're saying that he won the MVP and that it was the right thing because guys like Emmanuel Acho and Mina Kimes and whoever else votes and says that Josh Allen should have won it. So that Josh Allen should have won it because people like that think he should have won it?
Are you saying because
you're not making any sense? Karen's saying Josh Allen should have won it because he played the best.
Yeah.
He didn't play better than Lamar.
Are you going to bring up stats, Trevor?
Yeah.
No, in the regular season, he didn't play. I watched every Bills game and I watched every Ravens game. It's not. It's not.
Trev Scott watched every game, so his opinion's going to trump all the writers and everybody that voted Josh Allen for MVP. But Trev Scott's trumps all.
You really think Emmanuel Acho watches football?
I assume he watches a little bit of it. Yeah.
I would trust the guy that played in the NFL over a guy that's been wearing glasses on 11 p.m., sunglasses, in his apartment at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday.
That's fine, Kerry, but you don't know that guy, and you're just going to back him and what he voted for because it helps push your narrative. It's your player that you like, and that's okay.
I like both players. I like Lamar.
He had an MVP caliber season.
A great guy.
He had a top 4 season.
No, he had a top 1 season. That's why he's the MVP.
Wait, no, he had a top 2 season and he won 2.
No, it was off a narrative that you guys fell for, unfortunately. And it was that they don't have any help, and that just simply wasn't the case.
Can we get all pros and Pro Bowlers from both teams?
Pro Bowlers voted by the fans. Okay.
Not just by the fans.
What else?
You have media and player vote.
So Emmanuel Acho, Dan Orlovsky, I guess.
And
if
player
that's
vote.
Where we're hanging on.
And player vote. And player vote. I know you don't want to include that, but the guys that actually played in the games against the Ravens and the guys that actually played in the games against the Bills voted more Ravens also into the Pro Bowl.
Players vote on the Pro Bowl.
I believe that's the case, yeah. I believe they get a percentage of the vote. The fans get a percent. No? Am I wrong? Hold on.
I don't know. I really don't know how Pro Bowl. I thought it was like
I think it's fans and analysts, but I'm not 100%.
I think it's like fans and media or something. But I really have no.
Oh, Zach is right.
Listen, I don't know. Hey, listen, I don't know why you guys ever fucking doubt me. I'm always right. And I want you to listen to this
all right.
close. I'm always fucking
fans
right.
is
And if you guys doubt me again, I'm going to
vote.
come through my computer screen and beat the hell out of you.
Yeah, so it's coaches are 33%, players 33%, and fans 33%. So it's coaches and players that voted on the Pro Bowl.
Oh no, the narrative comes crashing down. Trevor, do you have another narrative you'd like to spin?
Players who literally don't have time to watch the games because they're playing in games. Okay.
What? Because they're playing in games. The guys that are actually playing against them, no less than the guy that's sitting on his couch.
Trevor, you know what, Trevor? You know what, Trevor? You're right. They don't do any film study. I agree. They don't watch football.
What?
I mean, sure but I'm watching. The Josh Allen was not the MVP. The whole thing that won him the valuable vote, the valuable tag, was that the media was able to convince everybody that guys that you haven't heard of, Khalil Shakir, James Cook, this offensive line,
I've heard of these guys.
Recognize the names, that they're not good. That Christian Benford isn't good. That Greg isn't good. Taylor Rapp isn't good.
It's not that they're not good. They are good. They made it to the league. The problem is they're not as good.
No, they're very good. That's a top 4 offensive line. Khalil Shakir was second in the league in yards after catch. He was first in the league in catches to drops. James Cook is, I mean, we've argued about it before, but he's everything you want in a running back. He doesn't do anything bad.
He's not even a top 15 running back like we've argued before.
See, that's just bullshit.
We
And
got
that's
Trevor-
exactly what I'm talking about. You fell for the bait.
We got Trevor pretending to be Trump tonight, just saying CNN is ruining it all. It's CNN troll, damn liberal MSNBC.
No, and Bills fans will do this. You try to argue with Bills fans will talk shit about their own. Bills fans hate James Cook because he wants to get paid.
Because anyone could do James Cook's job. Ray Davis could do what James Cook does any day of the week. James Cook is not a great running back. That's why they didn't give him a big contract when they gave everybody else in the Bills a big contract. Because James Cook's job is not that hard.
Who got a big contract on the Bills?
Benford, Shakir, Allen.
Who else?
Allen, the biggest contract in NFL history.
Didn't Rousseau get one too?
Rousseau also, not James Cook.
Shout out to the U, baby.
Anyone can do James Cook's job.
Contracts that aren't good, that are just average players getting these big contracts. It's weird. I don't know why they're getting paid so much if they're just average players.
Probably because there's 53 guys.
It's probably because it's harder to replace a good to decent defensive end, a good to decent wide receiver, like slot wide receiver, a good to decent cornerback than it is to replace a decent running back.
The one thing you can argue,
obviously, they see something in Ray Davis that they say, "Oh, he can do James Cook's job just fine."
The one thing you can argue all day on, Trevor, is you bring up the least of all the other stuff. They do have an amazing O-line. Their O-line is very good.
Yeah,
probably 4th best last year.
At worst, it's top 5 in the NFL.
Actually, it was probably.
It's probably 3 or 5. Yeah. Lions, Eagles, and then maybe Bills, somebody else, but they're in the top 5 at worst.
Yeah, they do have a very good O-line.
So, another thing that I thought of tonight, when Josh Allen was like, hey, this rookie receiver is your number 1, he's your boundary guy, let's see what you could do. It was Tim Tebow numbers until they traded for Amari Cooper. But what did
Amari Cooper do, Trevor? Amari Cooper is not even been signed by anyone because he's washed.
He's a boundary wide receiver 1. That's why they traded for him. We've had this
nothing. They didn't need him. He did nothing to change.
They did need him.
No, they didn't.
And Kerry,
season would have been exactly the same if Amari Cooper never was on that team.
You go watch the way they played him in the first 6-7 weeks.
I watched him do absolutely nothing. I said I'm winning with Josh Allen just because he had a bad game against the Ravens.
No, I'm not even talking about the Ravens.
Look, he played the Ravens again, and he beat the Ravens because Lamar Jackson can't keep it in his pants and throws to the other team every play.
Nope, you're wrong. You're trolling.
I'm trolling, man.
All right. I think we've had enough conversation about how much Trevor's wrong. We get it.
Trolling and pushing.
We got to wrap this episode up. So I'm going to give the correct order of the top 4.
All right, let's hear it, Zach.
The correct order is Mahomes at 4.
Wow.
Burrow at 3.
Wow.
Lamar at 2.
Wow.
And your MVP, Josh Allen at 1.
Congrats to the media. They did it. They brainwashed a generation.
I think I was pretty close to my preseason rankings, actually. I think I had Mahomes at 4.
Yeah.
I had either Mahomes or Burrow at 4, and then Lamar and Josh Allen were 1 and 2.
Wow. Do you know what's amazing?
What?
I have the exact same 1 through 4 rankings as I had in my preseason list. Exactly the same. Because I know ball sometimes.
What is it?
Joe Burrow, number 4. Lamar Jackson, number 3. Josh Allen, number 2. And Patrick Fraud Holmes, number 1.
Why do you have Patrick Mahomes at number 1?
Watching a lot of football.
It was the same exact list as I had preseason.
I can't believe you have Mahomes at 1.
That's probably why.
What?
Because he didn't watch that much football this year, so he just used the same list he used.
That's another lie. I had C.J. Stroud top 5.
I don't know. Oh, man, this is going to be a tough vote for me.
My list is not
the
that
Mahomes
great.
at 1 is terrible. And he hasn't been the best quarterback in like a couple years. Unless you're watching Nick Wright.
I'm still going to give it to him. I don't hate it at all. You can argue any
Josh
of them.
Allen, the MVP at 4 is also tough.
I have him at 2.
No, I was talking about like how I didn't like either of your lists.
Fair.
Top 4.
Well, I put Jalen Hurts ahead because it's like the quarterbacks of this year, and he won a ring and a MVP.
Man. All right, I'm ready to
like
vote.
One more.
Do you know what's funny, though? I remember Trevor clowned me for putting 2 at 14 at the beginning of the season, and he has him at 15 now. So, wow, he was right.
He missed time.
So I was right all along.
He misses time every year.
He's like 11 or 12.
My preseason rankings are very eerily similar to what they are now, except for like C.J. Stroud, Aaron Rodgers, and Dak are a little high. But otherwise, not terrible. I vote Trevor's the worst.
Trevor, who are you voting?
Did both of you guys have Josh Allen?
I have Mahomes 1, Allen 2.
All right, I'm voting Zach.
Okay, I'm voting Trevor. I was going to vote Carey if you went Carey, but... All right, Trevor owes us about 2 full beers of
next episode, Trevor will have to chug a full...
Chug a Four Loco.
Yeah.
Probably not.
I'll bring something tall. The tall boy.
All righty. So that's the rankings. Hope we were able to at least entertain you guys for a little bit tonight. Again, real quick. We talked about Yatta Golf and that merch there, but we forgot to talk about the most important merch of all time. Barely merch.
Barely.
Look at that hat. I need to put more stuff on the site. But we have Barely Hockey, Barely Out of Bounds, a show me and my brother do on golf every week on Wednesdays. So I'll see you there tomorrow night if you guys are inclined to tune in. We have the Barely Football Retro hats. They're pretty fun. Let's go ahead. Go ahead and click on those. They're pretty fun. So make sure you guys check out the Teespring store. Link is in the description, as always. But does anyone have anything else they would like to add to tonight's episode, or are we going to close them out?
I think I'm good.
All righty. I want to thank you guys for watching, listening, if you're listening to this later. And make sure you guys like and subscribe if you enjoyed. We'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.